This is how to get round 100 on every single Treyarch Zombies map. So Nacht der Untoten in World at War requires you to use the flamethrower and only to open the help door. This is gameplay by Krups, and shout out to Krups because he has done all of the World at War round 100 speedrun world records. So we will be using these people's gameplays, and for the remakes of these maps such as Nacht der Untoten in Black Ops 1 or in Black Ops 3, we will definitely not be taking those. But obviously for Nacht der Untoten, the first couple rounds you want to stay in the starting room, grab the wall weapons, get through those rounds, and by this first door, get the flamethrower to spam on the zombies just as you're seeing Krups do here with a literal Spitfire, and then get the ray gun as well to get through like the round 20s and 30s, and just hope to goodness that you don't get killed as soon as you die from a 2-hit down. But now in Verruckt, Krups again is out here showing you guys what exactly you can do with the electric barrier trap here on Verruckt. So obviously the best side to start off is Juggernog side. You don't need Quick Revive, you don't need Speed Cola, literally just grab Juggernog and double tap, and all you're gonna need here is the flamethrower. You don't even need Speed Cola because you don't even need to reload the flamethrower. You need Jug to go through the traps, and obviously the flamethrower to kill the zombies at the windows, and the ray guns will also be used to take out the zombies here. Granted, in Nacht, Verruckt, and Numa, these maps round 100 records are very small. Like this one and Nacht der Untoten were only an hour and a half because World at War only had 24 zombies around up until Riese. So please keep that in mind when we get to this next one. Now, Numa is a crazy one. This is the first round 100 ever done sub 1 hour. Again, by Krups. All the strat is you get Juggernog and Speed Cola. Unfortunately, you have to get these in the right places because if you don't, you can actually mess up the run. But as you can see here, he has Juggernog and Speed Cola, gets the Wonder Waff in the doctor's quarters. You have to be really careful of the dog rounds as well because the dog rounds are the most vicious in World at War and they can absolutely delete you. The zombie rounds are easy just because, again, it's 24 zombies around. And obviously you have some of the fastest spawns in the swamp area, but watch out, do not try to run in the water because it will slow you down more than the Origins mud. So it's all just a race to grab the PPSH for insta-kill rounds after round 100, and then the Wonder Waff as well for the regular rounds. Obviously though, with these round 100 speedruns, these might not be the actual high round runs. And for example, what I mean by that is with round 100 speedruns, you can actually do these runs faster, but Krups has actually achieved round 10,000 plus on World at War Numa, not using this particular strat all the way through, and that's actually because it causes memory errors on the map. So do keep that in mind while we're going through these maps. There are going to be multiple different strategies, especially some that are more difficult, some that are more easy, and some that can actually get you there faster, but at a cost. Okay, now coming into Riese, now this is where the round 100 record now goes from 1 hour to 7. Riese, you have to go into the Thompson room, grab Speed Cola, grab Juggernog, and double tap, and you're going to need the Wonder Waff. And essentially what you're going to have to do is utilize this trap and run through the spawn here to get an entire horde as you go through. The problem with Riese here also is that you do not want to grab a Quick Revive because it does not work in this game on solo. If you're playing BO1, then obviously get the Quick Revive version. And I think for BO1, it's probably a very similar strat to this, hoarding the power room strat, but like I said, we are going to be sticking with the original games. But as you can see, he runs through the top of the bridge area and manages to take out the dogs with the Thompson as he's going here, and it was so cool because Krups actually utilizes this strat for the high round world record of the map as well, considering I saw him do this live, and he's also broken that record now multiple times. It is so cool to see how dedicated Krups is to World at War, and this man truly deserves to be known as the World at War King. So as you can see here, he does keep that top door closed, so keep that in mind once you are doing this strat. And obviously you will be having to cycle the box in these older games to get the correct type of gameplay and the fastest rounds that you will be hoping for. Again, I will be telling you guys all of the fastest strats too from here on out. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're heading into Black Ops 1 Kino der Toten. Shout out to Oscar Otter. Essentially, this strat is very much similar to the Darius strat because Kino der Toten is just Darius 2.0. You grab the Awful Lawton, which is the upgraded crossbow, which if you don't know what this does, it shoots a monkey bomb as a projectile, which is so much faster than cocking it back and taking time to actually throw it out. He utilizes this trap, which is interesting because considering that the high round strat for this actually does not spawn creepy crawlers, and the way you do that is by never accessing Pack-a-Punch. You cannot go back into the quick revive room after you turn on the power, which means no creepy crawlers will spawn. And the high round strat actually uses this strat where he runs around through all the electric traps on the map, as well as basically hoarding them up here to get the maximal amount of spawns. But the thing is the high round strat uses the fire strat, which essentially this fire strat trap does not actually have any crawlers, which means you cannot return in this room, you cannot go into the power room. You have to essentially be very careful as to the rooms that you can go into, but essentially you do not want to spawn in creepy crawlers and run around and use these traps. Gather as many points as possible. You should probably buy the MP40 and get the Thunder Gun. You can get the Ray Gun for lower rounds, but again, a lot of the lower or these high round runs depend on your box luck as well. He only has 81 box hits, and that is why my man was able to hit the fastest world record here. He also has an entities number on the bottom of his screen there to show how many entities the game will be able to spawn in until it maxes out, which obviously is the integer at the bottom there. But ladies and gentlemen, let's go now into Ascension here. Ascension was done, or sorry, and now into 5. This was actually done by Twitch backup Magic Glow Blocks. Shout out to this man. But you essentially need an Awful Lawton with the Quick Revive, Mule Kick, Juggernog, and Speed Cola combo. You're going to be utilizing the MPL to essentially grab enough points to use the traps consistently, and also the traps will be at the bottom floor of the map. And the reason why you want to have Mule Kick is again because you want the Awful Lawton. You want a point gun, you want the Awful Lawton, and you can even use the Winter's Howl for the lower rounds, but granted, it is absolutely terrible later on in the higher rounds. And keep in mind, because we're in Black Ops 1 now, whenever you buy Quick Revive, this can spawn in death machines, and this can either be a detriment or a good thing, because again, with Black Ops 1, the death machines are absolutely terrible. So again, you're going to be utilizing all of these strats and running a sort of figure 8 strat with this. Again, with the BO1 strats, it is all about the box luck, and this is probably the hardest round 100 on Black Ops 1, considering that it is an extremely tight gameplay scenario and route that you have to run. And if you are not holding out the Awful Lawton ready to shoot at a moment's notice, it's going to be absolutely toast for you. So I'm going to be honest, it's just not going to be it. Again, we will be also skipping Call of the Dead round 100 because it is not possible. But let's go into Furk Can Walk's Ascension round 100 gameplay. Ascension is an incredible map because it is a very noob-friendly map. So essentially, you go to the Pack-a-Punch and hoard around the Pack-a-Punch with the Thunder Gun, which is amazing. For the lower rounds, if you are able to actually get the Thunder Gun, like on Black Ops 3 Chronicles, you literally just need to go to the power room and don't open up the back door where the Gobblegum machine is. If you do that correctly and just spam the Thunder Gun there, get alchemical antithesis, it's going to be incredible. But the thing is, the reason why he has to do it like this strat is because he needs to maximize his ammo usage with the Thunder Gun and also the Gersh device killing the zombies. Those will be the only two things for high rounds that kill infinitely here. And again, box hits 44. This man hit a literal round 100 record, sub 6 hours on Black Ops 1. Fur Can Walk, this is absolutely incredibly impressive. Obviously, we are skipping Call of the Dead, so our next one is again Magic Glow Blocks on Shangri-La. Now, Shangri-La on Black Ops 1 is easily another one of the hardest round 100s to ever achieve, especially because this is one of the original 5 and 5 strats, utilizing the Baby Gun and the Mustang and Sally's to essentially kill all of the zombies infinitely, as well as Semtexes and claymores. This is easily one of the hardest strats to do, considering look how tight the space is, and also you have to keep the door closed while making sure you don't get red screen with the zombies hitting you as babies, and it is ridiculously difficult, which is why for the Black Ops 3 strat, you actually open that door and then horde on the other side while keeping the other side doors closed. And what I mean by that is, let's say he opens up this door, there would be no more doors that he opens up to keep the spout closed, to essentially have a closed room to hoard the zombies. On Black Ops 3, I would highly recommend you guys going for this round 100 first, especially because this is not a beginner round 100. This is easily a veteran round 100. I have never even done this one on BO1. On BO3, I had to use all the ultra rare gobblegums. So again, like I said, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. But ladies and gentlemen, getting on into the moon strategy. The moon strategy is actually done by No Mole Man, and this strat is exactly the same as the Black Ops 3 one. I'm very shocked by this, because essentially all you're really doing is you're holding down this area with the wave gun. Unfortunately, the wave gun does not make drops, and the Black Ops 1 Thunder Gun does not make drops as well, while the BO3 Thunder Gun does as well. So make sure you keep that in mind. He obviously runs Quick Revive, Jug, Speed Cola for the wave gun, and Stamina Up as well to run around, because essentially he's got low grav in here, and he actually is even holding the hacker, which is crazy considering that he's doing this to essentially hold the hacker and hack for max ammos, which for Black Ops 1 with max ammos is all you need. He only has 96 box hits, and at a sub 7 hour round 100 moon run, this is going to be insane. Again, for BO3 moon, you practically just do the same strat as this, just don't open up towards the stamina up area, and essentially keep trip mines up where he's going in for oxygen to patrol for the moon man. If you're able to do this correctly, and if you have ultra omegas, especially on BO3, it makes the strat so much easier. The reason why this is so much more difficult is because he has to transform every single power up he sees into a max ammo with a hacker, and do this without oxygen. So for this to be the world record strat for BO1 moon is absolutely insane. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into Black Ops 2. This is where there's going to be multiple different strats, because some in Black Ops 2 are incredibly easy and some are incredibly difficult. So what we have here is the TranZit round 100 strat. I have never gotten TranZit round 100 on the original version of TranZit. I've done it on the reimagined versions, which is an incredible difference because, like I said, the jet guns in those versions actually don't break and they're very fun to use. So this round 100 is very difficult. You're gonna have to learn how to build the jet gun. You're gonna have to keep the farm door closed and essentially hoard around this farm area here. You're gonna need the Galvanuckles, Juggernog, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, and Quick Revive. Monkey Bombs would be preferable as well, but essentially you're gonna have to learn how to use the jet gun destroy all the zombies trick, which essentially is you spam it for a couple seconds, hold it down, and then melee so that you can run away, because when you use the jet gun, it makes you very slow, but you can cancel that slow animation when you melee with the Galvanuckles. And you can also kill the denizens, which come at you during this strat, which is incredible, but keep in mind you need the bank as well for the strat to do it optimally and also to do it fast, because considering that it can be very slow. And obviously you're going to want to stick with what you have. Upgrade the Mustang Sally. You don't even need to really hit the box for this round 100. It's all essentially a skill round 100, and easily, again, like Shangri-La, like 5, one of the harder round 100s to do in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, coming up next into Die Rise, speaking of hard, you have a hard version of this version and an easy version of this round 100. So the hard version is what you're seeing here, where he keeps the door closed right next to the trample steam, utilizing the elevator to kill the zombies, which actually kills infinitely, and then the Sliquifier. Granted, this is a major high round strategy that changes, because after round 100, the Sliquifier is not infinite damage like a lot of the other wonder weapons that we discussed in Black Ops 1, so you really have to be careful with this strategy. This is the hard strategy, and honestly, I would not even recommend this strategy if you are, unless you are speed running and trying to get the fastest time possible, because to be honest, it is very difficult. The easy strategy deal is actually the one I used in my round 100, using the elevator shaft here, where you sit on that elevated part just below where you grab the Galvanuckles, and you can literally get a round 100 in about 3 hours. And compared to a lot of the other BO2 round 100s, that is insane to me, considering that this round 100 is so easy with the Sliquifier. I get why Treyarch nerfed it, But hey, on Die Rides Remastered, we want to bring back those insanely high round runs, because this liquefier, if it wasn't pre-nerfed, pre-patched, would be one of the greatest wonder weapons of all time. Now with Mob of the Dead, this is kind of a long round 100. The hard strat that you can actually do is hoarding by the fan trap here with the acid gat and allowing yourself to get speed cola, jug, and electric chair. You really don't need any other perks on this map, considering that quick revive is built in with afterlife on this map, and you get 3 quick revives essentially around as long as you don't down, which is insane considering that you can down so many times in the higher rounds like I did and actually get through this. It took me 12 hours though to get the round 100 on this map, considering I was doing a slower strategy on the other side of the map with the acid trap. So if you can learn this fan trap, that would be incredible. Obviously also get the Hell's Redeemer, because the Hell's Redeemer will be the only thing that kills essentially past round 30. The Blundergat is not going to be really doing that great. I mean, the upgraded one will be doing pretty good up until about round 50, but you're going to want to get the acid gat to essentially distract the zombies from you and use the Hell's Redeemer to kill as many as you can. This one is a marathon. It's an easy one, but honestly, the amount of time it takes is what makes it an absolute marathon. Now, hopping in also, like I said, you can see this acid one. It is a little bit safer to do, obviously, because MC is here next to the shield, so you can do this strat as well. But again, it can be a little bit dangerous considering that you have to activate the acid trap and then run through. So honestly, I would stick to using the fan trap. You can do it like this, where you activate it like that and hold up in here, or you can run across. It all depends on how safe you want to play it and how efficiently you also want to play it. Now, hopping into Buried here, Buried's round 100 is unfortunately the same forever now, essentially because of the fact that there was a massive nerf to the Paralyzer. The Paralyzer only kills up until round 70, and so essentially you have to use buildables to get round 100, and I'm really struggling with this round 100 considering it's all about timing. You have to keep a lot of doors closed. You have to keep this area closed and only access it via the Paralyzer, and then build the turbine in the courtroom, and then the subsurface resonator just above the Juggernog machine, and essentially you're going to have to be replacing them. There's a wonderful guide made by Wonderful that actually is incredible. He has the world record for this round 100 and also for the high round as well, and so go check him out. He made an incredible video. I will leave that down in the link in the description, but it's essentially saying that the turbine for round 100 speedruns, you should use it for 5 subsurface resonators. So the turbine is an energy source that will last for 5 subsurface resonators. You can get a lot of permaverts to make this round 100 easy. There's actually a round 30 strat where you're in a tunnel and you keep one of the doors closed and you use PhD and maybe upgrade the Mustang and Sally's to get to round 100. So that's really good, but I'm telling you, after round 30, once they're starting to run, this is the only way to efficiently kill zombies. And unfortunately on BO2, you get a lot of stragglers even in the high rounds. There's no such thing as super sprinters, so it does mean that this round 100 will probably take you about 6 to 8 hours. I've never done it, but I have gotten incredibly close, and you really do need to pay attention. The gameplay makes this one seem very easy, but you have to be watching your subsurface resonator, and when it sparks, you have to make sure you're close enough to go up and grab it. And also, when the turbine sparks at the top and when the head is spinning a lot, that is when you need to switch it. At about round 60 to 70, you're going to have to learn how to switch the turbine mid-rounds, and so that is where you can place it right next to where the subsurface resonator is, have a zombie take it out, and then fly back up and get a turbine to continue and repeat and rinse the strategy. The problem with this strat is it's very difficult to get points. You will never get drops unless you kill with the Paralyzer, so after round 70, you can't kill, and I would highly recommend monkey bombs, because if you get trapped here, the monkey bomb is the only thing that will save you and give you enough room to paralyze yourself and fly out of this strategy. Buried round 100 is a difficult round 100 for sure, and it is not meant for the faint of heart. You're gonna have to learn buildables. I know BO2 round 100's got me going silly. Origins, though, this is a very, very BO3 styled round 100. This is all about strategy. Apparently, the fastest way of actually doing this is by maximizing your power up or drop cycle, which essentially means you cannot buy quick revive like I mentioned because it spawns in death machines and you're going to need a lot of max ammos. You really only need the upgraded ice staff because it's the only staff that will bring you up to round 100 with ease. You can also use the wind staff. However, However, the wind staff takes a while to kill the zombies and is also extremely inefficient against the panzers, which is why I would highly recommend the ice staff. Also, having G strikes and having the shovel is also really good, the golden shovel, to essentially get all the perks if you wanted to do that and get all the red dig up spots, because essentially that will allow you to get infinite quick revives if you're a bad player like me and need it. So all you really need to do for the strat is, you can see he has a panzer here. He also uses the upgraded ray gun Mark II to take out the panzers, which is incredible. You don't necessarily need it, but if you hit it from the box and you get lucky, or if you're speedrunning this and you get it first hit, that is a great sign and will obviously get you all the way through it. But again, try not to buy quick revive if you can. If you need to, then go for it. You will just have to deal with a couple other zombie drops that happen in, but you know what, it's all good. Origins is a fast round 100, but it is also difficult considering that you have to be in this mud spot. Also, if you do want to have the Maxistrone and you feel like you're about to down, the Maxistrone can actually revive you even on solo, so it is a good clutch. Origins has a lot of different methods to get to around 100, but you really just have to be on your toes all the time. And he's holding up the claymores here actually to give him more speed while he jumps around in the mud. And it also is to time the ice staff hits that he puts down. He does not use a full charge shot. If you look here, he's only shooting 3 of the bullets, so you only have to press it a halfway to shoot it and get the shot down to maximize your ammo. You can also do the trials on the map to get max ammos and such, and it is quite a fun round 100, even though I have not even beaten it, but I have gotten close. Now on to the BO3 and BO4 ones. Again, you're going to want to run ultra rare megas if you're really bad at the game, but if not, there are a lot of crazy strats for BO3 for easy players and also for veteran. The almost obvious strat for Shadows of Evil here is to keep the waterfront door closed and to get the Mar Astagwa. You can have so many classic gobblegums here like Arsenal Accelerated that give you an incredible specialist weapon like the sword, and obviously Alchemical Antithesis that gives you so many different damage here. He is using a sword glitch, which I guess is allowed for the round 100 speedrun, and I know there are certain variations where, like on the day 1 patch, you can get to round 100 using this and get the upgraded Apothecon. So you also can go into beast mode. Right next to you there's a little vial there or fountain there to essentially allow you to escape. You can also get the Civil Protector to allow you to kill the Margwas instantly. They can land instantly on the Margwas and take them out, but keeping the doors closed here, or just the one door closed to waterfront, is important, so you can still access Pack-a-Punch while still continuously keeping going through. And Shadows of Evil round 100 is a really fun round 100, but actually the fastest strat that was just found by a world record holder, again, is actually apparently in Junction. This is only 2 months old, again here with the sword glitch, but if you keep certain doors closed in Junction, you can actually see that he didn't even open up the spawn room door. So there's probably a certain glitch to essentially do this, or maybe just get anywhere but here to go out of this. But if you can replicate this and essentially get to the Junction with very, very few doors, I mean, he's opened up waterfront and probably all the other areas, but that is very, very impressive to say the least. And there's probably some sort of way to glitch out through the top of it. But Shadows of Evil, again with the Apothecon Servant, it's easily one of the easiest round 100s. A lot of the BL3 ones are. Again with the Giant here, we're going to quickly run through this. It's essentially the same as the Darius strat, essentially because of the fact that you just want the Wonder Waff, you want double Pack-a-Punch abilities as well. Usually the 2 best double pack abilities are Turned and Deadwire. Again, it depends on the strat, because here he's actually using Fireworks because it's more of a runaround strat where you need to utilize the trap, and so Fireworks will actually save you. And Fireworks is an incredible AAT that was not brought back into BO4, makes me cry. But yeah, the Giant, again, you're just going to want to hoard around here, use the Wonder Waff, use Alchemical, and you can also do the strat in the spawn room, hoard around there with an upgraded RK5. But again, you can do this quite quickly because the Wonder Waff is an incredible wonder weapon. Even though it only kills 10 zombies, it's infinite damage, so it's pretty good. Definitely no Apothecon Servant though. But ladies and gentlemen, coming into Der Eisendrache now. This is done by Imagine Dying 163. Again, this strat has changed over the years a lot as well. It still uses the Stormbow, however, but essentially what he does here is he camps on top of where the Wisp Step is essentially and where Speed Cola is, and doesn't buy the door behind him. He has a Turned and also a dead wire on his Brecci and HVK. Anything wall weapons, again, on BO3 is usually the best, considering you just need to have ammo for your AATs. You can also stand here and camp here, where you get the Gobblegum, and also you can kill the Panzers here and get the Panzer Claw helmet, which is a very big benefit to go through these rounds. But look at this, like, not even 3 hours and he's on 86 just doing the strat with the lightning bow. You don't even need any other bow. Honestly, the lightning is just so good even now. You can get the wolf, but the fire and the void are more so, I think, for the Panzers. And again, for the Panzers, just use the DGs. You have the DG4s on this. I mean, DE is the most iconic map for a reason. It's just way too easy up in here. Zetsubou no Shima's speedrun honestly has also not changed much throughout the years. The best strat really is to get the Skull of Non-Stopway and 2 double-packed AATs and to essentially destroy everything on here. Get the free trials, and obviously just hoarding here has the best spawns, but you have to be really on your toes. If you have ultra rare megas like Perkaholic, Shopping Free, Round Robin, Power Vacuum, Raindrops, run those and they will instantly bring you to these high rounds. So simple. I mean, the BO3 maps are just easy to explain. There's really not too much in them. I feel like most people here have also gotten them. Gorod also hasn't changed. Since I died on round 71 5 times in a row, they have also kept the strat the same, making sure that you keep the doors closed and you stick with the shield. The shield is so good on this map. Again, I apologize for the world record gameplay, but the sub 5 hour round 100 was just recently got on Gorod, where you break the shield and essentially use the shield fire because it's always infinite damage, which is insane. You can also upgrade it, get fireworks, get turned as well, and also use the Ray Gun Mark III to take out the bosses and the Valkyries just with the right click, because the left click really stops being useful after about round 50. It stops killing the zombies. So the Ray Gun Mark III is a cool wonder weapon, but this map really makes you utilize everything. You can also use the Gauntlet, but do keep in mind it still in 2023 can crash your game. And now on to literally the easiest round 100 ever. Revelations. Black Ops 3, if I even need to explain this for people, I don't know what to tell you. Just look at this gameplay. He's shooting the Apothicon servant in Verruckt. You literally just need to have the door behind you closed here. Get Juggernog and Speed Cola, and that is literally it. I mean, you probably don't even need Juggernog. Just get Speed Cola to shoot it faster, and that's about it. You're going to have to worry about the Panzers, though, so just get the Thunder Gun to upgrade it, spam it on him. I mean, it's just that easy. The Revelations is just one of the easiest maps ever. As long as you just look up a tutorial to how to play this map, you'll do it. I don't even need to explain it. You can hit the Gobblegum machine behind it. I mean, it's just way too easy here. But now, coming into Black Ops 4, this is where I would highly recommend you guys only use classic elixirs. A lot of these strats also will be using the Helion Salvo here, so get ready to essentially copy every single perk that these guys have running on. We have the Danu perk as well as the Bandolier Bandit, Ra as Dying Wish, Zeus as PhD Slider, and Odin as Stone Cold Stronghold. Again, explosives are your friends. He's even had the Mustang and Sally upgraded, or the Welling upgraded here. And obviously with the Helion Salvo fully upgraded, that is infinite damage ever. It is the wonder weapon of BO4. It does so much damage. You don't even want the Scorpion for this round 100. Get the Viper and Dragon and spam your specialist weapon. Camp here and you're literally going to be set. It is genuinely the easiest round 100 ever. Keep one of the doors closed though to maximize spawns. And I believe that door is on the left side to essentially make sure that he has maximum spawns here. But you can get this round 100 literally in around 2 hours. Black Ops 4 is just so easy. And you don't even need the Mega Elixirs. Like, don't even pay for the Mega Elixirs here. MC Zombie Slayer here is showing us the Voyage of Despair of round 100.
Circuit's Kiss is fucking dog shit as well.
Yes, and that was literally talking about the Scorpion on 9 is terrible. He has the Lightning Kraken to take out the Blight Fathers here. And again, practically the same perks with the shield. And also Viper and Dragon with the elixirs here. Equipment for Wraithfires. Wraithfires you're going to want to spam again for any BO4 strat. Temporal Gaff. And temporal gift, and also any weapon here, essentially to escape. And you're just gonna want to spam the Kraken. That's all this is. Spam the Kraken.
Times, Andy.
Get the specialist, and that is it. This map is terrible. Camp at the very bottom of the lower grand staircase, and that is practically it. All you're really doing is stunning the zombies to essentially get your Wraithfires to take out the Stokers. and also to just build up your specialist weapon. If you build it up, that's really it. This map is just absolutely terrible. Also, having the Helion Salvo here is very, very important. That's really going to be the only thing that kills, considering that you're going to need armor.
Reapers. Thanks for stopping by again,
so terrible. But shout out to you, MC. Absolutely legendary. We got to run a duo round 100 one of these days. But now, coming into Blood of the Dead, this was also done by Atsutsuko. And also on this one, I mean, my man's Japanese up in here, bro. This is insane. But this round 100 was actually just recently solved to be faster. We all thought the new industry strat was the fastest thing on Blood of the Dead. But on this strat, actually, he's actually right where you would get the Hell's Retriever in Mob of the Dead with the door closed behind him. And he actually has faster strats here using the Helion Salvo and all of the same setup. He does use the Death Machine here, probably to throw it out as a nuke power up to clear all of the spawns when he's running around. But you can also do the new industry strat. I would say it's also easier considering when you activate that trap, it literally is a monkey bomb effect and it is stupid broken. Blood of the Dead, I would also say, is probably one of the easiest round 100s next to Revelations, but also one of the hardest Easter eggs ever. I mean, don't even get me started on that Easter egg. But coming out into Classified, this round 100 is very interesting considering that it is in the bottom of the elevator, and also you're probably going to want to get round 150 on this to see the Easter egg cutscene that this map had, which was really cool at the time. And again, the perks are essentially the same. He's also running Wheel Kick here, but to be honest, my man's probably not even going to need it. He's just using the Helion Salvo, all the classic elixirs, which is Arsenal, Equipment, Temporal Gift, and Anywhere But Here, and Wraith Fires with the Death Machine, and that is as easy as that. It's just really simple when you have super sprinters on these games, because all you have to do is camp in one spot, and that's it. Like, that's the whole freaking thing. And now coming into Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night also hasn't changed since I did it on my YouTube channel. Master Bedroom, Spawn Room, essentially the same perks, Shield, Wraith Fires, practically the same elixirs, spam the Helion Salvo, get the Alistair's Annihilator, and it is literally the exact same. You don't need anything crazy here. There's no Gobblegum Machine. There's no nothing. It's so easy. You don't even need the Steak Knife. You don't even, like, the Easter egg and a lot of that is very difficult. But again, use the Silver Bullets to take out the Wolverines with the Helion Salvo, and this map will be easy. You can buy infinite ammo on this map. Like, round hundreds on these games were just so insanely easy compared to the old ones. Now, next map up is Ancient Evil. Now, with Ancient Evil, this is a little bit more difficult considering that Ancient Evil requires you to get the upgraded hand of Charon. And that, I think, is a really good, and I would even recommend going for the Exalted version, which is the triple upgrade of the freaking hand, which is insane. And the reason why is because it gives you more ammo, and that is the main problem with this. This would be the one round 100 I would highly recommend running max ammos and running the only ultra rare elixir, which is essentially just max ammos for the gauntlet, because it's so important. Get the Pegasus Strike as well, because it will always do infinite damage. And also, you can do free perk side quests on a lot of these maps, so make sure to do that if you want to as well. Get the Shield, get the Viper and Dragon, get the same elixirs, get Winter's Wail, and also make sure to get Blood Wolf Bite as your Odin slot here. The reason why is because it can give you infinite ammo, so if you're struggling with ammo like how I was with the round 100, make sure to do that. It has to be in your Odin slot as well. And again, get PhD Slider, Dying Wish, and you will go through this really quickly. He also got very lucky here, getting Victorious Tortoise also as one of his extra perks, which is an incredible perk to get on this map. But yeah, Ancient Evil, all you have to do is keep that door to your left closed, and Luna will grab all of the ammo for you. Blood Wolf Bite is only good for the round 100 on this map. Alpha Omega is a literal tragedy when you look at this. This is round 108 gameplay done in about 6 hours, and all you need to do is hold up at the yellow house here at the back and essentially just shoot the Howard, and the upgraded Howard will take them out forever. I don't even understand the strat. He's got Firebomb on, but you can also do this with the Ballistic Knife if you have Ethereal Razor and a couple other extra perks, but make sure to have Stone Cold Stronghold here and just take them out as they're climbing up. I swear this map was made in like 2 days, considering that the round 100 is just so broken on this map. You don't even need to hoard. All you have to do is just shoot the Howard and just stand here. It is so dumb easy. This map just aggravates me. You don't even need to activate the pack punch. Just turn on power and you're done. You don't need any of the wonder weapons on this map. They're all terrible. Just grab this and it's good. Like, why even add a wonder weapon when the dang shotgun is the way to round 100? You don't even need the Helion Salvo on the map either. But what you do need the Helion Salvo on is Nacht der Toten here. Again, my man is the same whole world record holder as Classified and a lot of the other BO4 records here. Again, Nacht der Toten, you go up to where the power switch is and hold it here. Again, he also is running Secret Sauce to change his modifier later on in the rounds. But again, I would probably just run Stone Cold to give you a little bit more extra armor and health. The DGs also here are a really good run. And again, Wraith Fires are incredible. I would not recommend the Samantha box though, considering that the Samantha box, you do not get many and it takes incredibly long to use, and also it doesn't even kill a lot. The Wraith Fire is literally better than the whole new final like grenade weapon on this. I don't even, why? BO4 makes literally no sense. I don't even understand this. But now, coming into Cold War, our final game, we will not be covering Vanguard. The Machine, again, everybody knows this one. It's just get the upgraded ray gun, get all of the perks, camp here, and make sure you get the war machines as well. Molotovs are also some of the greatest as well. Semtexes also, just constantly be picking up great damaging grenades and you will get there very, very efficiently. Use the ray gun to take out any sort of megaton that comes your way, and this map is so darn easy. It's literally all the round 100 strat is how fast you get the ray gun. If you get it in one of your first hits, which on Cold War, because there's so many things in the box, is incredibly rare. I'm gonna be honest, that is the way you get round 100 on this round, because look at this. This is almost as fast as World at War. It's literally an hour and 17. And on the Halloween events, where they literally just give you the wonder weapons off the floor, you can literally do this round 100 in like freaking 50 minutes, bro. It was so disgusting. But now coming into Firebase Z, this is an interesting one. Again, done by Ganon Snipes, the ZWC3 winner. Shout out to my mans. He actually did this by holding off this area, by leaving that door closed behind him, and essentially just gathering as many perks and the Reiki here as possible. And essentially, you're just going to want to use the Reiki. The Reiki is very good for round 100. The problem is with this map is there's a ton of bosses, and it can be very annoying. So all I can say is just practice on this map. Keep the door closed. Get the Reiki through the trials. Don't even do the stupid side quests. It's literally faster to get it through the trials. And then that'll be it. And that's pretty much it. Essentially, the Reiki is the only way to do it. You don't even need to do the Easter egg. You don't even got to do any of that. Just make sure you have all this set up. Get death machines. Get war machines. And the Cold War Zombies round 100s is super easy. You can also exfil and just make it that much more exciting. Mauer, I would even say, is way easier than Firebase Z, because if you look at the gameplay here, you're literally just in the power station. You grab the war machine and the Cerberus, and that is literally it. Upgrade that to tier 3. Get decoys, because it can be a little bit hectic here and sometimes, but you literally have a crafting table here that gives you infinite self-revives, infinite decoy grenades, infinite Molotovs, C4s, Semtexes, you name it, whatever you need. War machines as well. It's just going to be that easy. And also, a lot of the zombies can glitch here, as you can see in the window barriers. So it is just absolutely easy for the round 100 on this map. Mauer Toten, stupid easy. And you're also going to be wanting to run Ring of Fire for absolutely all of these. Again, Ganon Snipes here with Forsaken. This man is like the Cold War king, while Krups is the World at War king. You go into the Ronald Reagan room and essentially hold yourself here with the death machine. Get the war machines as well. Decoy, Semtexes, Molotovs. Get the Crystal Axe. And obviously, that's pretty much it. It's very similar to the Mauer Toten run. And Ring of Fire will be your best friend. Raygun also is very, very good to have on Forsaken as well, but the Crystal Axe is, in my opinion, way better. The Forsaken might be one of the easiest round 100s as well, considering in the first part of the initial strategy, all you literally have to do is just exist in the spawn room and the rounds will go by. You don't even have to kill zombies. But ladies and gentlemen, that is how to get round 100 on every single zombies map. I did hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in that next one, baby.